Hello everyone, welcome to the Litany of Catholic Martyrs for February 11th. Please remember to pray for all those who had loved ones who were martyred on Easter Sunday in Sri Lanka. The Church, in her infinite wisdom, has deemed it fitting and proper that each day Catholics remember those who offered the ultimate sacrifice for Christ and his bride, the Church. As in Catholic Catechism number 2473 iterates, martyrdom is the supreme witness given to the truth of the faith. It means bearing witness even unto death. The martyr bears witness to Christ who died and rose, to whom he is united by charity. He bears witness to the truth of the faith and of Christian doctrine. He endures death through an act of fortitude. Quote, "Let me become the fruit of the beast, to whom it will be given me to reach God." Close quote. In union with this holy undertaking, we offer the words of St. Peter, our first Pope. For this is grace, when because of God a man willingly endures sorrows, suffering injustice. For what glory is there if you sin and then suffer a beating? But if you do well and suffer patiently, this is grace from God. For you have been called to this because Christ also suffered for us, leaving you an example so that you would follow in his footsteps. He committed no sin, neither was deceit found in his mouth. And when evil was spoken against him, he did not speak evil. When he suffered, he did not threaten. Then he handed himself over to him who judged him unjustly. He himself bore our sins in his body upon the tree, so that we, having died to sin, would live for justice. But by his wounds, you have been healed. For you were like a wandering sheep, but now you have been turned back toward the pastor and the bishop of our souls. These are the men, women, and children that we honor today, who suffered with Christ. At Lourdes in France, the apparition of the Blessed Virgin Mary Immaculate. In Africa, during the persecution of Diocletian, the birthday of the holy martyr Saturninus, a priest, Dativus, Felix, Ampelius, and their companions, they had, as was their custom, assembled for Mass, when they were seized by the soldiers and put to death under the proconsul Andolinus. In Numidia, in the same persecution, the commemoration of many holy martyrs, who, refusing after their apprehension to deliver the Holy Scriptures, conformably to their imperial edict, were given over to the most painful torments and ultimately slain. At Adrianople, the holy martyrs Lucius, bishop, and his companions. Lucius suffered much from the Arians under Constantius, and terminated his martyrdom in prison. The others were among the principal citizens refusing to communicate with the Arians, just then anathematized in the Council of Sardica, were condemned to capital punishment by Count Filagrius. At Lyons, Saint Desiderius, bishop of Vienne and martyr. At Ravenna, Saint Calocerus, bishop and confessor. At Milan, Saint Lazarus, bishop. At Capua, Saint Castrensis, bishop. And at Chateau Landon, Saint Severin, abbot of the monastery of Agunum, by whose prayers the Christian King Clovis was delivered from a long sickness, and finally in Egypt, Saint Jonas, a monk, eminent for his virtue. These are the men, women, and children that we honor today. Let's remember them in our prayers, as they are remembering us in our prayers, in their prayers. If you are presented with a situation as you go through your day today to defend the faith, bring them to mind and know that Jesus Christ himself is there with you. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for listening this morning. Bye-bye.